Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Zoombaya. And thank you, I Grow Chicago. And thank you, the anonymous donor, who is making this so awesome and huge. If you haven't donated yet, please do. It's such a wonderful cause. Carmen Paul asks, to share something that's been helpful during the quarantine. And on a very serious, simple note, focusing on the little things and not getting so swept up in the big picture, focusing on like what's right in front of me that I can do that can make this situation better. And just acting in a good way on those small scales has been super helpful. And I'm unlearning how to be.
A practice that's really helping me through this quarantine, this retreat, is having gratitude, and specifically having gratitude for the gap between where we've been and where we're going. Yogi Bhajan says that the law of the vacuum is that there is no vacuum, because something will always rush in to fill that space, that void, whether it's joy, whether it's fear, whether the relationships or material comfort.
By the hand of the Almighty, we forward in this generation, triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom?
We're going to talk a little bit about what we do at I Grow. Most of you know that I've been on the board since the beginning, and if you've ever been to Satnam, you know about I Grow. So you've heard my side of the story. Rita is kind of on the front lines, where she actually works at the house and she's there daily. So she's going to be able to share a lot of it about what our COVID response has been on the ground. And I think that really hit home, guys. So if you're going to be at total full attention, because what our intention is to inspire you to inspire others. So I think the angels that are on this call are going to serve as for that purpose. There are 4 days left in our campaign, and we have a chance to really make a difference in the lives of our neighbors.
Thanks so much. Just to be clear, I was working on the front lines for a couple weeks, but now I am working from home. But all of the work that we're doing, all of the donations we get, everything that we're sharing with other people is about our front lines work and working with our front lines team. So I do know what a lot of that is like. And I just wanted to say thank you all so much for sharing and for welcoming me into this space. And it's so important for us to continue to connect with one another. And it's really beautiful to be a part of a group of people really dedicated to that. So thank you. And with I Grow right now, we've delivered, so we just finished our 9th week of deliveries. We've done thousands of prepared meals and thousands of canned food. We are about 60% of our community does not have access to the internet within their homes. So there's a lot of education online that we can get and connection that a lot of our neighbors cannot. So we've been delivering flyers to every single home that we serve, which we have a 25-block radius. And so it's hundreds of families, and each home that we serve has about, we assume about 6 people within the household. And almost every household is multi-generational. So that's something that we take really strongly into consideration, that a lot of people, even if they aren't high risk, are living with people who are higher risk. I'm not sure if there's something specific that I should share about the front lines, but I think for us, some of the most important work that we're doing, we know that it's working because of our connection with our neighbors. And our organization is about meeting the needs of our community. And we do that by talking to our community, and we do hundreds of calls a week to every single household that we're serving in order to know exactly what they need and what they want. I I think, and like today we've done almost 600 check-ins with people. And so I think the moments for me that really stand out are talking to our neighbors. Like someone left her phone number and wanted to call us to tell us how appreciative she was of what we were doing. And she just kept saying that she was like, y'all are more than family. Like you go beyond family and all of you are here. And it feels so good to know that people haven't forgotten us, that we're not alone. And so I think sometimes it feels far away, but when you reach out with the work that we're doing, people see that and people know that we're there. And so like continuing the efforts we're doing, it's not just like we're supplying every single need that people need, like food and water and education and safety materials like gloves and masks. But just the fact that we're driving around in a van with sunflowers on it and that people see that every day, like gives hope to people and empowers people to keep going. And I think that's some of the most important work we do. And we're just really dedicated to our cause. Like yesterday, we were working and finishing up our week, and we just kind of were going back and forth with this conversation about how do we get more food, even if we don't have, like I don't want to go to someone's house and tell them and hear them say that they didn't have enough. Like, how do we keep meeting people's needs? How do we keep getting them things? And that's what our team is really committed to, and that's what our organization is really about. And so with the campaign that we're running, No Life is Expendable, we're really trying to do that and to show that to our community and to the people we serve and to our supporters that that's what we stand for. And so with the match, it doesn't matter how large of a donation you give, every size will be matched by $100, because when we all stand together and we give what we can and what we can do best, that's when we make change. That's when we move forward. And that's like what our organization does. And we know that we can fund the work that we're doing with that same mentality, because nothing is stronger than a group of people dedicated to love and to justice.